to where you block that offside and you go block, 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 and you're just watching what they're doing, and they go like this, and you go, oh, there's their arm, boom. It wasn't fast, but there's nothing they can do. They're throwing this big, and you're just like, there it is. You knew you had it when they were here, and as they're finishing their shot, you throw your nice, boom, right in.
And admittedly, it's been a long time since I fought left-handed sword and shield, but if you're in your guard and they go to throw that offhand, you go boom, slam into the shield, and then go to the elbow. The shield can't help them because you can walk into their shield and just put it in there just to block it a little bit, and that leaves their arm having to do that long recovery. And they can't use the shield to pull way over to cover it. So it's not quite a shield snatch. It's more like a press. You're just pressing a part of the corner, just enough to make it so they can't cover it. But that always worked pretty good for me when I did fight left-handed. Admittedly, a long time ago. But yeah, that arm, wherever it comes out through, it has to go back sometime. Right? So there's a hole there that you can hit.
Throw like a big looping left-handed, like an offside, like you're gonna but up over the top, like one of those. Yeah, just.
I don't know if I can do it.
The pole army's not.
Yeah. So people will throw that one right here, right, and then when you start blocking it, they'll see that they can get over the top, and they'll throw a big over the top one, and when they do, it's real hard. When you stick your arm up to go over, it's hard to cover it with your shield. You almost have to be like doing. They're gonna try to time it where they go bang. And when they go for the second one, you throw your shield up, half wrap right into the arm, and they're throwing their arm into the half wrap, so to a degree.
And the thing that always seemed to work pretty okay for me too is if you're both in guard and you're both going to go for that backhand, if I throw here, I usually would get underneath and get in there somewhere where theirs would get bounced up over high. Because we'd end up basically hitting baskets. They're pushing me down into my shot. I'm hitting them and pushing them up, which often would make it glance or run over.
And that might be good for you because you're going to be the shorter fighter.
Right.
So you're going to want to throw and come under.
Take off.
As a matter of fact,
you okay?
Yeah, because I think it's just you. I think you hit me on a pressure point right above my knee.
Okay.
And I have no armor there, right above my knee cup.
Just making sure.
Yeah, no.
So
it should be fine.
So all this is going to be more advanced.
Right. Future.
Keep the shield in the right spot. Shut down the offside to your face.
Yep.
Are your big priority goals at the moment. That and we all need to work on our cardio. A year off, we're all out of shape. But eventually, I see what you're saying, and if you can time it, like if you're in here, I would almost aim my hilt right here, and because you're strong, you're punching, your force.
Yeah, and they're gonna go in and push you down.
Yeah,
it's just gonna help you.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's doable.
Can you even manage that punching? Can you do that on the up more?
So I go to hit you, and you are literally doing this.
Okay.
You're
it's still a good
punching. Yeah, but you're literally, you want to think of here. You'll feel how I do this.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going. Boom.
But now like
I'm hitting it and coming in.
And you're not really so much fighting their forces, misdirected. So if they're going to come forward, yeah, there could be a lot of pressure there, and maybe they're stronger. It doesn't matter because all you're doing is bouncing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess my thought was you're more of an even height than pretty much anyone I'm ever
right,
going to
but the guys I did it against were way taller than me.
Yeah, so that was going to be the question: does it still work going?
It will. Yeah, you'll probably have.
It would probably work a little more.
Okay.
So,
shield presses and snatches work really well too.
I mean, bam. I mean, that's sort of what. In fact, if somebody's in a guard and they're sort of up like that, I could try to punch and come in like that.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Yeah. A lot of it is there are ways. And one of the things that makes SCA fighting super popular with a lot of people is that you can technique your way to victory. And sure, big, fast, athletic people have a lot of advantages that they could leverage. But a lot of times it's almost a disadvantage. Like I fought a few like people who were faster, bigger, stronger than me. They didn't do very many interesting things. They didn't have a lot of, because they didn't have to. They just stand there and swing and kill most of the people they fought. And after they one-shot me a couple times, I get used to their speed, and I start going, okay, I'm just gonna get in a little turtle shell and protect myself and wait. And you know, a lot of times people like that, they get frustrated, and if somebody tries to make up something they've never done before when they're fighting somebody, that's terrible.
Superior technique generally trumps superior physicality.
You had your height is right in line with where I want to offside shot you, which is part of why I'm moving in and out. I've been teaching that stuff. Part of why I'm moving in and out to change that angle. He was doing it by like ducking a little, like he would duck before he threw under it, and he'd be a little taller before he threw over it. You notice you're doing it?
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, you're kind of like poof, because if you throw at this angle, that's like where her sword is. But you're like, I'm just gonna come under the sword.
Oh.
Did you want to fight a little bit or no?
Yeah, let me get a little more water.
So she's doing a good thing with the thrust to initiate and try to take
Doing the
pace. Yeah, that's not bad. She just, you know, she needs more moves, and she needs to be a fortress with that offside head.
So I was trying to pay attention to the footwork stuff too, but I'm not able to see it so much between the shields. Like when we were working, obviously we didn't have a shield.
Right.
So.
And part of that training is to get you used to the way the rest of the body looks when you can't see the feet.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Or to start to rely on your peripheral vision, because you're looking at someone's. Another thing you should be paying attention to is their shoulders, right?
Right.
But we could deal with that later. But so part of it is using that, is training the peripheral vision to pick that stuff up. Like one of the things I was taking advantage of on skill was we were fighting, and every once in a while I would see his butt set. Like I would just, and what I'm really seeing there is I see his whole head and shoulders drop, and then I realize I'm seeing his legs stick out as an afterthought. But once I see him start to drop like that, I realize his weight's dropping and his legs sticking out, right? And I don't have to see his leg before I know it's a target, because I'm seeing everything that comes before that. And that's part of understanding the way the pattern looks, right? So that's why you start to do it without a shield and stuff, so you can see the whole pattern.
Yeah.
And then you can use just parts of it to make the puzzle work.
Okay.
Right.
Certain parts of that puzzle will become predictable. Like you'll start to recognize when the average fighter does X, Y, or Z, they're almost certainly stepping in this way, and you'll know how you want to deal with that. And the same thing with sword work and shield moves and stuff like that. They'll become things that when you see certain triggers, you'll know what that means.
Actually, that's another thing I just realized. His hand comes out when he does it, because if he does this, then he's off balance backwards. So when he does that sit, he also does this, right, to keep that leg. Which even opens up the leg more. Don't walk straight into his thrust. You laugh, but it...
No, I laugh because it's true.
People do it all the time.